Guys, guys, this is exactly what I would do if I woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning and I looked like this in order to get this physique within the next 3 to 6 months. This is the first day I wake up skinny fat. What do I do to guarantee that I'm going to get that lean aesthetic physique in the next 3 to 6 months? Now, obviously, this day kind of timeline is metaphorical because it would be impossible to look like this at 7 a.m. and this by the end of the day. But essentially, I'm going to walk you through exactly what I would do to end up looking like this in the next 3 to 6 months to guarantee it, not roll the dice, not so I can start hoping for results. No, so I can genuinely know I'm going to see the results that I'm looking for. And here's the thing, a lot of people make this video, but they're not specific. So I'm going to be as specific as possible because I've noticed when people make these videos and they're not specific, it leaves the audience feeling like, okay, that was, good advice, but like, what are the actionable steps I can actually take to make this happen? So I'm going to eliminate that confusion or that ambiguity and tell you exactly what I would do specifically. So, first thing in the morning, 7 a.m. Normally I wake up earlier than this, but just for the sake of this, I made it 7 a.m. So for 7 a.m., I wake up in the morning, and first thing we're going to do is obviously do our morning routine, but then we are going to weigh in. Here, let me adjust the font a little bit. Okay, here. Morning routine plus weigh in. And I'm just going to assume this is a Saturday. I'm not accounting for um, work schedules or whatnot or responsibilities. So let's say our weigh-in is 175 pounds, which was the truth in this picture right here. It was 175 pounds, and my height at the time was 5 foot. I mean, it's still true. It's still my height today. So 175 pounds, height 5'11", and what we're going to do with this information, this is going to be very valuable because it's going to give us our starting point. So first thing, we have this, we do our morning routine. Next task on the agenda is to figure out our diet, because as you know, the main driver of this is going to be your diet, the foods you're consuming. So next step, figure out maintenance calories and figure out how many calories we need to be deficient in. So what does that mean? So as you guys know, I've made a ton of videos about what a calorie deficit is and like how to actually execute on one. If you looked at my last video I posted, which was I titled it "Steal My Exact Formula for Getting Ripped, No Meal Prepping." In that video, I go through like exactly what foods to eat, exactly how many calories to eat. So I'm just gonna assume you've already seen that and you know how calories work. So this is what I would do. So now that I know my height and my weight, my next task is to figure out how many calories we need to be deficient in order to get this physique right here. Right. So this physique, I need to lose about 25 pounds and then lean build for like an extra 5 pounds of muscle. Right. I was around like 160 here. So yeah, so like 5 to 10 pounds of muscle after we reach peak cut, which is around 150 pounds. So we need to get down to 150. So figuring out our maintenance calories, this is exactly what we're going to do. It's extremely straightforward. We're going to look up BMR calculator. This, hopefully you guys can still see. Yeah, okay. BMR calculator, 20 years old, 5'11", 175 pounds. What are our maintenance calories? Our maintenance calories, if we were sedentary, we would burn about 2,200 calories a day. If we exercise 1 to 3 times a week, 2,500 calories, so on and so forth. I'm going to make us a 4-day workout split later on, and I'm going to walk you guys through exactly how I'm going to make that workout split. So let's assume we're at least working out 4 to 5 times a week, which puts our maintenance at 2,600 calories. Okay, now that we figured out our maintenance, what do we want? How fast do we want these results? How fast do we want to lose the 25 pounds? So what we're going to do is, let's start a text box right here. So if we need to lose 25 pounds of body fat and there's 3,500 calories per pound of body fat. If you guys have seen my video of how to get abs using math or something like that, it's titled something like that, then you know exactly what I'm doing right now. But if there's 25 pounds of body fat that we need to lose, and each pound of body fat is 3,500 calories, how many calories do we need to be deficient in? Well, we just multiply 25 times 3,500, which is 87,500 equals 87,500. So that's how many calories we need to be deficient in, and then how fast do we want the results? So that's how much we need to be deficient in total. So this could be over the span of a year, 6 months, 3 months. Obviously, the faster we get the results, the harder it's going to be. So a year is a little bit excessive. If we did it over, what's a reasonable time? Let's say like 4 months. That's reasonable. So 16 weeks. We'll say like 17 weeks actually. So now we just divide this by 17. Actually, hold on. We need to multiply 7 times 17 because there's 7 days in each week. So 7 days by 17 weeks. That's how many days are going to be averaged out once I do this division. So what does this actually look like? So this will all make sense. If you're confused, just bear with me, because this is extremely important. It's going to be very eye-opening. So first, let's do 7 times 17, which is 119. So that's going to be 119 days that we're going to be cutting for. Let's just call it an even 120. And now we're going to do 87,000 divided by 120, which is 87,000 divided by 120. Okay, that's not right. Hold on, what happened? Okay, something got messed up here. Okay, here we go. 729. So that's our daily. So if we want to get ripped in the next 4 months, 120 days, we need to eat in a daily 729 calorie deficit. And since, remember what our maintenance is. Our maintenance is 2675. So all we're going to do is take that 2675, subtract 729, and we get, let's see, 1946. So we'll just call it an even 1950. So this is our daily caloric intake, how many calories we're going to eat every single day. 1950. Boom. Let's put that in bold just to make it look good. Whoops. Okay. Here we go. Okay, perfect. We now know how many calories we need to eat every single day. And now what's the next step? Our next step is to figure out what our macro split is. So if you guys don't know what a macronutrient is, there's only 3 of them. Well, there's 4, including alcohol. Alcohol is technically a macronutrient, but we're not going to have any alcohol in this cut, so we don't need to worry about it. I don't drink. So there's proteins, there's fats, and there's carbs or carbohydrates. I'm sure you've heard of all 3 of them. Fat. A lot of people think fat refers to body fat. It doesn't. It refers to triglycerides, which is synonymous with dietary fat. So dietary fat, the fat you eat, also known as triglycerides, is different from body fat, also known as adipose tissue. So those are the differences. Okay, so when I say I'm eating a high fat or a low fat diet, that has no correlation to me being lean or being fat. That it has no correlation. I can still get ripped eating a high fat diet. I can still be fat eating a low fat diet. There's no correlation. All right. So, but that's all besides the point. I don't want to go off on a tangent about this. Okay, so cool. This is how many calories we're eating every single day. This is extremely valuable because this is what's going to guarantee that we lose 25 pounds in the next 120 days, which is pretty reasonable. 4 months. What's today? Today's March 13th. So that's by July, essentially like early mid-July, we're going to be ripped. All right. Perfect timing for summer. Next step. Next thing we do after we figured out our maintenance is figure out macro split. This is where we're going to go into MyFitnessPal, and I'll take you guys with me. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see my screen right here. I'm in MyFitnessPal. I'm just screen sharing my phone. So what we're going to do, once we're in MyFitnessPal, this is my current daily diary, but let's say, I wake up skinny fat, so it's a completely new day. We download MyFitnessPal. We're going to make our goal 1950 calories. And since we're 175 pounds, we need to, why is it not letting me? Oh, here we go. What's going on? Okay, cool. Okay, so since we're 100, okay, so this works out. So it's about a pound of, or it's about a gram of protein per pound of body fat that we weigh, which is ideal. So this is what we want to set up the macros to be like: 35% carbs, 35% protein, and 30% fat. Cool. So now that's all good. Make sure we know how to track everything. Obviously, I'm good at tracking things now. Anything you want to look up, since I have a Quest bar. Whoops. Quest bar, boom, just click that, add that to the food log. It'll be subtracted from up here. Perfect. So we don't need to worry about that. Okay, cool. Everything's set up in MyFitnessPal. Now it's on to the next step. Our next step is to go grocery shopping. Grocery shopping. Now, what does our grocery list look like? Okay, let's move this over here. Grocery list for getting aesthetically lean. Boom. Okay, so here's the thing. This is really going to be only covering the essentials, essentially. So, first thing we're going for chicken breast. If you don't have a grill at your house, you can already get pre grilled um, chicken breast. But yeah, we're not frying anything. We're not pan searing any chicken breast. We're just grilling chicken breast. So either grill it at your house or already get it pre-grilled. The next thing we're getting is lean ground turkey, just so we can have some options. So let's say like 93% to 99% lean ground turkey. Next thing we're getting are some eggs. So those will be like our main, I guess, centerpieces to our meals. And then what we want to do is get some other foods that are going to be like toppings for our meals. So that can look like Frank's Red Hot Buffalo Sauce, Kraft Fat Free Cheese, um, sugar free ketchup. So those can be our like toppings to our meals. We can also just get like some salt and pepper. So cool. And now let's look up some other things that we can have on the side. So some options might be potatoes, watermelon. So these are all like going to be low calories. Obviously, these foods won't have protein in them, but they're going to be very filling for very low calories. So strawberries and blueberries. That's really all we need. And then we'll get some like guacamole slash mashed avocado. They come in like little already pre-packaged little cups. And last thing, we'll grab some diet soda. We'll get some, and if you even want me to be more specific, I'll say caffeine free diet Pepsi. I like that one. I like um, Coke Zero Orange Cream and Mountain Dew Baja Blast Zero Sugar. All right, so those are our options, and then we'll also grab some, let's say, Halo Top ice cream. That's a very low calorie ice cream. We can get some Outshine sugar free popsicles, and last thing, let's grab some. Let's grab some salsa so we can throw that with our eggs, with our ground turkey, whatever we want. And we're also going to grab a kitchen scale. They're like 15 to maybe $25 kitchen scale, just so we can weigh out each food. So when we put it in MyFitnessPal, we're not just putting in potato, right? Because you can have a small potato that's only like 100 grams, or you can weigh out a big potato and it's like 350 grams. Like that's going to make a big difference when it comes to how many calories. So we want to be as accurate as possible. So this is what our grocery list looks like. And obviously you can get more and you can get less. It doesn't really matter. This is just what I would get if I went grocery shopping, right? So cool. This is our grocery list. Let's minimize that. Cool. Now it comes to the fun part where we're going to craft our workout routine. So crafting our workout routine. So I'm gonna make a 4 day split based off like my current physique, like my current physique. I would. look to increase my chest size a bit, increase my back and my shoulders. My arms look decent, but I definitely want to build that V taper. So that's going to come from increasing the size of my shoulders and my back. So that's what we're going to focus on. So our workout routine is going to be, here, let's minimize this one, put that there. Let's minimize this, put that there. And this is what, actually, I don't need to do that. Okay, so workout routine. Boom. Let's bold this. Workout routine. Let's make it like I said, 4-day split. Okay, this is exactly what I would do if I was crafting a workout routine with the knowledge I currently have. So day 1 is going to be chest. We're going to hit abs and we're going to hit triceps. So what is this going to look like? Well, we're going to start off with like an incline dumbbell bench, and we're going to take every set to failure. And since I'm a beginner at this point, I normally hit failure in like 5 to 8 reps. So we're going to take every set to failure. I normally aim for 5 to 8 reps, but since I'm a beginner and I don't have that mind muscle connection, like I'm not that fluent, I'm essentially writing with my off dominant hand, if you can think of that analogous to working out in the gym. Like if you, the more and more you work out, the better you get at performing each exercise. So we're going to say, we'll do 3 sets, failure in 8 to 12 reps. So that means we're going to pick a weight when we're sitting down on the bench. We're going to pick a weight where we know we can at least do 8 of, but we know we can't do more than 12 of. So we're hitting failure in like 9, 10, or 11 reps. Second thing we're doing after that, we'll do, let's say just pec deck flies. Pec deck fly. We'll do 2 sets to failure in, let's just say, same thing. We'll do 8 to 10 reps. Next thing, let's do some abs. Let's do some cable crunches. 3 sets, failure in 8 to 12 reps. Cool. Next thing, let's do some dips. 2 sets to failure. Since it's just our body weight, we can't really pick how many reps we hit failure in, so we're just going to go to failure doing dips. And then last thing, we'll do some machine seated dips. So it's like when you're in a machine and you're doing like the dip motion, but it's focused on the tricep. So this is a great tricep builder. And we'll do 3 sets to failure in 8 to 12 reps. Okay, cool. This is our day 1. Now we're going to go to day 2, which is going to be our back day. Whoopsies. On this day, we're going to hit back. I don't want to have to go through all the back muscles like your lats, your traps, everything. We'll just say back, biceps, forearms. We are going to start off with lat pull downs. 3 sets to failure. That works. We're going to next let's do some dumbbell rows. And we'll keep the same thing. Next thing, we're going to do let's do some pull-ups. Next thing, actually, no, I don't want to do pull-ups here. We're going to do bicep curls. Cool. We'll do actually seated incline bicep curls, just so when our muscle is fully extended, like when we're really getting the stretch, it's going to be at the bottom as opposed to just doing standing bicep curls. Then we're going to do hammer curls. We're only going to do 1 set of these, and then we're going to do standing cable wrist curls to build our forearm. So this is basically what my back day looks like currently, and it's the same thing I would do if I woke up in a skinny fat body. Next thing, we are going to do our leg day. So for this, we're going to start off with back squat. We're going to do 3 sets. We're not actually going to go to failure just because it's not really that safe to do. Unless if you have the safety beams and you're not going to really hurt yourself by going to failure doing squats, then yeah, um, go to failure. But if not, if you don't, just do 1 rep left in reserve. So like 1 rep shy of failure. Okay, so we'll do back squats. We'll keep it real simple. We'll do like after back squats, we'll do some standing calf extension and 3 sets of failure. Yeah, that's something like that. It doesn't really matter if you're standing or if you're doing it on a leg press. We just need to make sure the leg is straight. The seated calf extensions just they're not good because the calf is not stretched out. Uh, then we're gonna do some leg extensions. Boom. Hamstring curl. Machine. We're gonna make this 3 sets. Hold on. I just realized I need to adjust this to failure in reps. Hamstring curl machine, 3 sets to failure in 8 to 10 reps. Okay. I'm giving you guys a ton of value. I know this may sound like redundant or boring, but this is an extremely good value right here because I'm basically solving whatever problems you're dealing with right here. So next thing, day 4, we're doing a shoulder day because like I said, my shoulders are a weak point if you look at my starting physique. So first thing we're going to do is seated dumbbell shoulder press, 3 sets of failure, 8 to 12 reps, perfect. We're going to do a dumbbell. Actually, let's do some upright rows. Whoops. Upright row, 2 sets of failure, cool. We'll do some dumbbell lateral raises, and don't overthink this. Don't think like, oh, should I do the dumbbell lateral raises seated or standing? Like, it's really not that deep. Just do whatever one you feel, whatever one is most fun for you. We can do a couple dips. Dips are solid. They definitely hit the front deltoid a little bit, so we can keep the dips in there. And then lastly, let's do some reverse pec deck. And if you are unsure what any of these movements look like, look them up after this video or right now, because I don't want any confusion. Because if you feel confused now and then I move on, you're going to feel really overwhelmed. So inform yourself and understand this as you go. Go back and study everything I'm saying so that you understand it. I don't expect you to like write all this down. I just want you to understand it in the moment, and then you can go back and study the parts that you forget about. So next thing we do after we crafted our workout routine is we're going to join a gym. Really do not overthink this. A lot of people will go weeks and weeks without joining a gym because they think it's like this big commitment. It's not. Go to your nearest Planet Fitness. If I look up gyms in Boston area, boom, literally any of these gyms are going to be perfectly fine. Any of these gyms, some are going to be more expensive. Fit Factory, Links Fitness Club, like any of these, do not overthink this. Like genuinely, whichever gym is closest to you, or whichever gym is like, just don't overthink it. You get the point. Next thing, after we join the gym, then we're going to have our post workout meal. Boom. And post-workout meal. And this is going to look like basically what we got when we were grocery shopping. So, for example, our post-workout meal is going to be, let's say our centerpiece to the meal. We have about like 14 ounces of chicken breast, which is roughly, what is that? 350 calories, about 77 grams of protein. That's going to be the centerpiece to it. We'll throw in 8 ounces of salsa. And remember, we bought our kitchen scale at this point, so we should be good. That's like 50 calories or something. It's nothing. And then we get we could throw in some guacamole, like 2 ounces of guacamole is like 120 calories, and it'll give us some healthy fats, so our testosterone is optimized. And lastly, let's say like we're really feeling hungry, we add a pound of watermelon on the side. That watermelon is about 140 calories. Okay, cool. So we got 350, that's 400, that's 520, that's 660. So total is total calories equals 660. So we plug that into MyFitnessPal, and then we enjoy. And if you want to know how I would prepare this, I would cut up the chicken breast into like chicken tenders. I would put it in a bowl. I would pour the salsa on it. I would put a scoop of guacamole on it, and I would have a bowl of watermelon on the side, and I'd eat that with a fork. And that's what it would look like. And 9 p.m., I guess just get ready for bed. Nightly routine. And 11 p.m., we look like this. So that is exactly what I would do to guarantee that I get the results in the end. I don't really like, there's nothing complicated. If you want to throw in something like here, we could add in like, oh, what happened? Nope. Okay, hold on. Let's add something here. We could say like get creatine, right? That's like a little supplement you could get. It really doesn't matter. All creatines are exactly the same as long as it says creatine monohydrate. So whichever one. I use the EcoVision creatine. So you can get that and just take like 5 to 10 grams a day. So that's like usually 1 to 2 scoops a day. It doesn't matter when you take it. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman or anything. Like, it just how old you are, even if you're not working out. It's not like a pre-workout. It's something that needs to get saturated in your body, and it'll be beneficial over a long period of time. It's like protein. Like, if you have a protein shake before your workout, you're not going to notice the benefits of that immediately, right? It's like an investment. So taking creatine each day is an investment in your goal physique. But yeah, if you do all these things every single day, you're going to get this result. It's just a matter of time. And that's the thing I love about fitness, is there is really no rolling the dice. There was really no hoping. If you do everything I described in this video, and another thing I would add is make sure I'm tracking my weight. I would track my weight every single day. MyFitnessPal actually has the option for you. So when you're in MyFitnessPal, when you're on the very first tab, if you scroll down, it'll let you input your weight so that you can see the graph over time. So I would recommend that for a beginner. But this is exactly what will get you ripped. Now, obviously, it's going to take effort. It's going to be hard. It's going to require discipline, but it's straightforward, right? Don't overthink it, because I used to overthink it, and that's what kept me like this for so long. And that's why I look like this after 1 year, right? But this wasn't just 1 year, the 364th night, I wake up in the next day and I look like this. No, by month 3, I already had a full 6 pack. By month 7, I was already gaining muscle. I already have that aesthetic V taper. So like, it's progress over time, but you can expect to see very fast and exceptional progress using this plan, to where you have like a full 6 pack in the next 3 months to 4 months. And then after that point, um, you just keep going with the plan. After you get like fully lean, like after you've probably been doing it, after you lose probably the first like 25 pounds or so, maybe even 30 pounds, then you can start increasing calories to maybe where you go through, instead of 1950, you eat around like 2400 calories a day, and you keep around there and see how your weight fluctuates. I have another video. It's titled How You'll Become Recognizable and Unrecognizable in 2025. In that video, I go over how to like reverse diet properly after you reach peak cut. But don't stress yourself out. Focus on this for now. This will get you ripped. You don't even have to worry about reverse dieting or anything until you're already lean, peak cut. Okay. So this is all I want you to focus on right now. This is exactly what I would do. And it would be inevitable that I get these results. You're not an alien. This works for everybody. You eat in a calorie deficit, you eat high protein, you train your muscles to failure multiple times a week, you're going to get that aesthetic physique. It's that simple. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. If you want to work with me one-on-one to guarantee your results even further, I'll put a link in the chat for you to book a call with me, and then we can chop it up and see if I could even help you. I only work with like around like 10 people a month. I don't like to spread myself too thin between clients, and my coaching is expensive. So if you're serious and you really want to work with me, then you can use that link in the description. And other than that, if you want to see me post 50 morning push-ups every morning, if you need that motivation, check the link in the description. Follow me on Instagram. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Also, like, subscribe. I appreciate it if you derived any value from this. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. It does a lot for like the algorithm and whatnot. So I love you guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.